Guyanese men and women who just turned 60 years old and who do not qualify for a monthly pension are to benefit from a lump sum payout through the National Insurance Scheme, the NIS. They include individuals who the government alleges were, quote, robbed of their pension. We will explain how this happened and how it will impact those who lost their pension. Will the government investigate? Stick around for the details. Subscribe and turn on your notification bell for instant updates from this channel. Thank you. Much to their utter disappointment, some Guyanese senior citizens will not receive a monthly pension because they do not qualify. This is based on records which show they failed to meet the required 750 minimum contributions set out by the NIS.
In our outreaches and in talking to pensioners across the country, there are those who contributed to NIS and may have had 550, 575, 600, 650 contributions and beyond, but they were getting absolutely nothing because they fell short of the contribution that was required to give them a pension.
Maybe you care about this issue or maybe you don't, but think about it. Someone you care about, or even you, could face this problem in the future if regulations are not put in place to protect employees' retirement pensions. Senior citizens in Guyana, as in other cultures, tend to slip into that zone of the invisible population as they age. Oftentimes, they fail to get the love, care, respect, and support they need after all they've done to contribute to their families and society. Grab a seat and let's dive into the details on why some hardworking seniors are now forced to seek other sources of income to provide for their livelihoods after decades of contributing to Guyana's economy. On Thursday, April 10, 2025, President Irfan Ali told a gathering that his government remains, quote, fully committed to ensuring that the senior citizens of Guyana who have given their best years in service to our country can retire with the dignity and respect they deserve. The president's comment came during a special announcement of a $10 billion government grant, which will be disbursed as a one-time payment to seniors who are underqualified for a monthly pension from the NIS.
For persons with 500 to 549 NIS contribution, they will receive a one-off payment of $260,000. Persons with contribution between 550 to 599 NIS contributions, a one-off payment of $390,000. Persons with 600 to 699 NIS contributions, they will have a one-off payment of $520,000 Ghana dollars. Persons with contribution from 700 to 749 NIS contributions, they will have a one-off payment of $650,000 Ghana dollars.
While some seniors who will benefit from the payout may have genuinely disqualified for a pension based on contributions below the NIS threshold, we learned of others who disqualify due to no fault of their own. We're talking about Guyanese citizens who worked and were under the impression that their pension contributions were being sent to the NIS. The key question is why? What caused these individuals to lose the opportunity for a pension, which for some would have served as a steady and reliable source of income after retirement? We've seen a statement by the Guyana Department of Public Information informing us that the government is aware and acknowledged complaints by citizens who cannot fathom why they are disqualified from receiving their NIS pension. They are among individuals who believe they were making enough contributions throughout their working years to qualify. The statement by the Department of Public Information seems to suggest that the government is aware of cases where individuals who lost the chance to receive their pension feel as if they've been robbed. Let's read the statement. Quote, over the years, numerous senior citizens have complained to the government of being robbed of their NIS pension after their employers either failed to make deductions or remit those to the scheme. This barred them from receiving their rightful benefits after turning 60. So, to summarize, it is alleged that some employers were either not taking out a sum dedicated to NIS pension, while others were taking out the monetary contributions from the paychecks of hard-working individuals, but were not depositing those funds to the NIS on behalf of those employees. This suggests that while those would-be pensioners believed their NIS contributions were being taken care of, the reality was the opposite. This provokes several key questions. How does the current government or the next intend to address this critical issue? Senior citizens' lives and dignity are at stake. Does the government plan to investigate these so-called employers who allegedly either failed to deduct employees' NIS pension contributions or failed to deposit those funds to the NIS on the workers' behalf? Will other institutions in the chain be investigated for transparency and to confirm that employee contributions were not received, or to rule out improper record keeping, which, if that were the case, would place the NIS under scrutiny? A thorough investigation is required, nothing less, on behalf of senior citizens who, due to no fault of their own, will have to go without a pension unless and until this situation is sorted out. Hopefully, maybe if it is, they can benefit from retroactive pension. If the government launches a full-fledged investigation, will it implement new stringent measures to protect employees so they are not shocked and dismayed and disheveled to learn they do not qualify for a pension at retirement? And by protecting seniors, that could also mean penalizing employers who default on their legal duty of care to deposit their employees' contributions to the NIS. This could also include improving the process of record keeping at the NIS. Those seniors who legitimately paid their NIS dues only to be shafted in the process are now at a gross disadvantage. They've essentially lost a source of monthly income to provide for their livelihoods. What's going to happen to them? Will they go hungry? Will they go homeless? Will they have to depend on others for their livelihood? Will their mental health and dignity get worn down in the process of seeking to survive? Does anyone in the political establishment even care? Another measure the government can take is to educate employees on how the pension scheme works and create a system for them to be able to access information about their pension contributions as needed. For example, providing a way for them to verify that their monthly NIS contributions are being made by their employers. These are just some questions and examples of ways to protect employees. Remember, the employees of today are the seniors of the future. Taking action now can protect them from the predicament these members of Guyana's aging population now find themselves in. If you or a loved one is affected by wrongful loss of pension, reach out to us to tell us about your story. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and keep your head up.